These are 2 lamp bases I purchased from the Facebook Marketplace. Now, if you know anything about these lamps, they're pretty pricey if you try to buy one in the store. Not looking like this, but the stone treatment. I have to order the harps that go on them, so the harps and lampshades. But yeah, I'm getting ready to do a little texture finish on it. I'm starting off using this paint, excess paint I had left over as a primer. And I'm taping up the other one because I don't want to get any paint on it, because I did order a couple of harps and eventually some shades for it. So while the other one dries, I'm going to go ahead and technically prime this one. I mean, I could have purchased some spray paint and, sprayed it outside, but this works just as good. So this is my first step. Before I get started, let me take a little sip of my water. Now this is my Stanley cup I've had for a little while. I broke the handle off. How I did that was when I would take the top off to refill it, I would twist the top and hold the handle. And as you know, if you have a Stanley, you know it's tight. So eventually, over a period of time, I was putting a lot of pressure on it and it snapped off. Instead of holding the top and the bottom of it, that's the way you're supposed to do it, and twist it off and not put any pressure on the handle. But it still works. I'm not going to try to replace it. Now I'm going to mix up the paint again, and I'm going to add some baking soda to it and get that peanut butter consistency. Now I did this the first lamp that I did, and it was okay, and then I kept going and going until I screwed it up, and then finally I just ended up using the spray, the texture spray, and finished it, which is what I'm going to also use on these lamps as well. But to start that out, I'm going to go ahead and use the baking soda treatment first. Here I'm going to add in a little bit of the brown paint and mix it in to try to get a little darker color, and just stir it up. Now that it's mixed up, I'm going to take my paintbrush and apply it to the lamp. Carefully this time, because the last time, as I said, I messed up. So basically, even though I'm going to spray it, as you can see, I'm using the paintbrush to dab some of it on. Then I'm going to go back and use a damp paper towel and blot it. Trying to do like a build up before I actually take it out and spray it with the texture paint. I'll add a little bit more brown to it, make it a little darker. And as you can see, I'm painting it on. Then I'm going to go back over it with the paper towel and dab, dab, dab. Actually, I could have made the texture a little bit thicker by adding extra baking soda, but since I'm going to take it outside, it's not necessary. Now, if I didn't have the texture paint, I could do this a few times over. Just, add more baking soda and just make it thicker and thicker. Like I've done in the past with other items, I've done this too. But I find doing this, and if I want the mirrors, if I want the lamps to look a little bit more, done professional, I should say, professional, is to just spray it with the hammered texture. And what I do is just dab the paper towel in a little bit of water, not much, and then stick it in the paint texture and just dab, dab, dab. See how I'm blending? You can see a little bit of texture forming on it. And like I said, once it dries, you can go back over it again. So I'm just going to set that one aside. Then I'm going to start working on the other one. Now I'm going to leave this alone and let it dry. And then once it's dried, I'm going to take it outside and spray it with the texture spray. Once that's dried, I might use some of this as well to darken the color a little bit. I'm not sure. I'll have to see how it turns out first. Now that I'm done with this one for now, I'm going to take it over and set it by the sun in the window area and let it dry, because it is hot down here, so it shouldn't take that long to dry. So here I'm bringing the other one over, and then I'm going to move this one to the window like I said. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm now done with this one, so I will take it over to the window and let that dry as well. Take a little break and start setting up outside. I'm not going to film that part. And just spray it with the texture. See, I did a better job on this one, but I'm still going to add the texture to it. I took them outside and sprayed them, and they're sitting here in this window drying. It looks a lot better with the texture. Amazon just brought the harps for my lamp. I hope they fit. I don't want to be disappointed. There's a way to open it in case I have to send it back. Yeah. Let's put a staple up in here. Okay, with all the parts, the harp, this little thing, it's supposed to fit. I might have to take that one off the other lamp. And of course the little finial balls at the top to hold the shade. Okay. Let me get one just to see. Put it here. I've been out in the yard spray painting these lamps. They broke down. Let's see, they should be good and dry, I hope. Still a little damp in certain areas. Okay, I'm trying to fit it down. I didn't have to remove that little piece to put the harp on. Excuse me. Hopefully it fits. Oh, it fits. Thank goodness. Because I didn't want to have to send this thing back. Perfect. And here it is with the new shade. I'll have to redo that accent wall. I'm not really happy with that. And here you can see where I've removed these sconces off the wall and replaced them here. Look at the texture on that. I think I did pretty good. Pat myself on the back. Anyway, that right there, as you can see where I patched up the holes from when I took the sconces down. So now I'm literally going to have to paint this entire wall. Take those wood strips down because I no longer like that. I never really caulked them down. So I'll probably do an Accessible Beige by Sharon Williams. I like that color, so that's probably what I'll do. So that's another pending DIY project soon. I don't know how soon though. Yeah, I'm going to pull all those pieces off. I was trying something, you know, to double up on it. I don't like it anymore. And then again, I don't know. We'll see. I might leave it there and paint it. I don't know. I'll figure that out when the time comes. I hope you enjoyed this DIY. Maybe you can try it. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.